Used a couple of Urban Decay products I also had in my collection, and also they were also kind enough to give me a discount code for you guys for 20% off. Obviously exclusions apply. Yeah. So yeah, treat yourself, why don't ya? But everything will be linked to list it down below in the description box for you guys if you want to go and check all of that out. And I'm going to shut up and stop talking and I'm just going to get stuck right into the tutorial. I'm going to be starting on my eyes first of all. So I'm going to be taking the Urban Decay and Naked Cherry palette, and I'm first off going to be taking this shade here. So I'm just going to be applying just a wee wash of colour because I don't want this to be too intense. I just want a wee bit of something just to kind of define my crease a wee bit more. I don't know why I'm doing this actually, because I'm going to be covering up because I have a fair idea what I want to do with my eyes today. I'm wanting to use one of the Heavy Metal glitter eyeliners, so yeah, so I personally think that this is just a wee bit of a waste of time, but oh well. I got the shade Volume in the Heavy Metal glitter, so it's actually just like a nice wee red glitter with like pink and orange kind of reflex through it. So I'm actually going to be putting this all over the lid. I think that would be quite nice. Well, we'll see. But I'm then just going to map out the shape with one of these here and then fill in with one of these colours. So whenever you're creating a shape like this, I always like to go for a shadow to create the shape. Feel free to go in with, say, a red liquid liner or a liquid liner of whatever colour you're wanting to go for. But I sometimes find that a shadow can be a wee bit more forgiving, because if you make a wee mistake you can just dust it away. Or you could also use a pencil as well, or a lip liner. So I'm just going to start at the inner corner at that crease and just work my way around. And I'm going to go into that exact same shade, this one here, and I'm now going to fill in this blank area. Also just going to be taking a flat brush, this wee one here. I think I might actually have to add in a couple of coats of it, to be honest. Like let it dry, then add another coat, let it dry, add another coat, let it dry. You know the drill. Ooh, oh, that's very nice. So that's it with 2 layers, and it actually doesn't look too bad. I'm going to actually leave it at that and start my base makeup, and if we need to add a wee bit more to make it a wee bit more sparkly, we will, but I'm going to leave it for now. For primer, this is one of the products that was kindly sent to me. That's what the packaging looks like there. I actually really like the packaging, the fact that it comes with a squeezy pump. The fact that it comes with a squeezy tube and it also has a pump. So it definitely has like a thick jelly texture to it. So because it has like that jelly-like texture and consistency, it actually is pretty thick. But blending it into the skin, it still feels slightly thick. There's definitely a tack to it. I do have a wee bit of residue left on my fingers from massaging it in, and it kind of feels a wee bit slick. I don't know, I'm not too sure how I feel about that, to be honest. It's fine. I would definitely use it again. But my first impressions are that it's nothing special. This is the All Nighter Liquid Foundation. I got the shade 4.0. I've actually used this foundation before and I absolutely love this foundation. I actually used it up a couple of months ago there, and the shade I used to wear was, as far as I can remember, it was actually 5.0. 5.0 was an absolutely perfect shade for me, but I found I could be crazy in saying this, but I did find that over time it actually oxidized quite a lot and it did turn a wee bit orange. So I just thought I'd play it safe this time and go for a shade lighter, just in case it does actually oxidize. Oh. Hi guys, so editing Emma, just checking in, and I just wanted to say that I was not aware at how that foundation looked on my skin. I will say it's a beautiful foundation, I absolutely love it, but the colour I don't know. As I mentioned in the video, it does oxidize on me. I'm not too sure what it's like on anybody else, sorry, but I just wanted to hop on here and just mention that I am aware it looks ridiculous. It will get better throughout the video, I promise, but it looks hilarious, so don't hate me. I'm so sorry at how bad the foundation colour looks, but it will get better. There honestly actually isn't anything I dislike about this foundation. I just absolutely love it. Definitely would be a medium to full, more so full coverage actually. The finish of it is matte, but it's not a matte that completely dries down. It still does stay slightly, not dewy, but more of like a satin matte, I want to say. Like, it's definitely not completely drying. It just has such a gorgeous finish. Next up I have 3 concealers here I've already had in my collection. This is the Stay Naked Correcting Concealer. It's a nice concealer, but it's not my favourite, I'm just going to be honest. And then I have, of course, the Naked Skin Concealer. Do you remember this back in the day? Oh my god, how popular was that? And then, of course, I have the All Nighter Concealer. So, you know what, I may as well just use this to match with the foundation. So I have the shade here, Fair Neutral. Just like the foundation, the concealer is honestly just as good. It's amazing. So basically everything I said about the foundation applies to the concealer. Okay, so I had to go on and put my wig on. I could not look at that Joe Exotic hairstyle of mine's any longer. So I think this next product is also pretty new, and it's the Stay Naked The Fix up to 16 Hour Wear Powder Foundation. Oh, this is a powder foundation. Okay, I actually just thought that this was just like a wee setting powder. Well, that's what I'm going to be using it as. And I got the shade 10NN, so obviously at 10 being the fairest you can get, and then the NN stands for neutral. I absolutely love the packaging of this. It's very beautiful. Yeah, I'm just going to quickly set. So I actually was not aware that this was a powder foundation, so I would say this is going to have shocking coverage, because obviously with it being a powder foundation you kind of expect a wee bit of coverage. It's not as if it's a translucent powder. Oh my god, look at the brightness already! Do you know, I think that powder is actually a wee bit too bright and maybe, yeah. Anyway, do you know what, I'm going to quickly set everything and hopefully that will soak up any of the excess powder and kind of make my face look a wee bit normal again. For setting spray, to go with the primer, this is also new, and it is the All Nighter Ultra Glow Long Lasting Makeup Setting Spray. All day wear, lightweight, and it also has temperature control technology. Oh, there we go. Oh, I love that smell. Do you know what? See, the smell of the Urban Decay All Nighter Setting Sprays, they don't necessarily even have a nice smell, but it's just their smell, you know what I mean? And it just smells so nice. I don't know, I just love it. It's like MAC Fix Plus. It's such a nostalgic smell or something. Okay, so I'm not really too sure if that's actually made much of a difference, but I have to say I was looking up close at my skin there and my skin looks absolutely perfect. Please excuse this situation. I might actually go in with like a different powder and kind of try and dull it down a bit. I kind of feel like I look like a tagger. Oh my god. Well, that would explain why I look like Joe Exotic at the start of the video. I have to say though, I definitely do prefer the Ultra Glow All Nighter Setting Spray to the original one. I have the original one in my collection and I honestly love it. It's absolutely fabulous. Like, it's such a cult favourite, but I have to say this one has gave my forehead such a really nice sheen to it. Like, it definitely doesn't look as powdery and as dry as it did and just completely matte and flat. It's just kind of gave my forehead such a nice wee sheen to it. If I'm being honest, I feel like my skin here like around my mouth area, because it is so bright. I kind of find that you can't see how nice my skin actually looks now because of the setting spray. It really has brought my skin back to life again, and it definitely does not look overly powdery the way it did. Not to say it actually did look overly powdery, because it didn't, but you could just tell. I think it's because, obviously because of the colour, I think it's just made my face look as if it's overly powdery when it's actually not, but it's just the colour. Am I making sense? Am I making sense? But yeah, I definitely do prefer the Ultra Glow one to the original one. So obviously, if you are somebody that has got oily skin and you are looking for a setting spray to also prolong the longevity of your makeup and whatever, do stick to the original one. But if you are looking for a setting spray that also prolongs the longevity of your foundation, makeup, all that good stuff, but you're also looking for a setting spray to kind of like bounce your skin back to life again, suck up any of the excess powders, and just kind of give it just a nice wee sheen and glow, I definitely would suggest the Glow one. It's actually made my forehead look so good. Like, so good. Yeah, I'm actually really impressed by that. Do you know what? Before I go any further, I'm going to actually finish off my eyes, because I actually just realised that I haven't finished them off. So I actually had an Urban Decay mascara in my collection that I forgot I had. And this is the Urban Decay Troublemaker mascara. I absolutely love the packaging of this. It's very nice. I actually really do like the formula, but the brush, not so much. I can't explain it. It's kind of like a star shape, to be honest. Like, it is a very nice mascara. Like, it isn't overly lengthening, but it definitely is volumizing, and it's actually really good at separating the lashes. It's not clumpy at all. But I don't know, it's just a mascara that I have in my collection that I just never seem to reach for. I actually did notice that Urban Decay doesn't have highlighters or blushers. No, I'll tell you what, they do have blushers, but I don't actually think you're able to get any of the blushers on the Look Fantastic website. But highlighters? Do they not do a highlighter? Am I wrong in saying this? Obviously, some of you out there has to know, so please let me know in the comment section. Does Urban Decay have highlighters? Because I couldn't find any anywhere. I'm actually going to use Benefit. I always get Benefit and Urban Decay mixed up actually, and I find them very similar, to be honest. So I'm actually just going to use this wee Cheek Leaders palette. It has a highlighter, a bronzer, and a blush in it. So I'm going to be using Cookie highlighter and Gold Rush blush, because they're the products that I don't have. Also, you can get Benefit Cosmetics on Look Fantastic as well. That's where I got this wee palette. So I know this is a one brand tutorial from Urban Decay, but oops. Like, honestly, I'm gonna Google it now actually. I honestly cannot find, I might be able to find them now, wait do you see? Urban Decay do not have highlighters. Oh yeah, they do actually. Okay, so they have a Afterglow 8-hour highlighter. They have a highlighter palette. They have that big massive Naked Illuminating highlighting brick. No thanks. Okay, that must be the only highlighters that they have then. And then I think in the same packaging they have their blushes, because I know they definitely have blushes. Then for blush, I'm going to be using Gold Rush by Benefit. This is actually quite a nice blush. What I'm actually loving about it is the fact that it's not really that pigmented. And that might sound really, really weird, but I actually really like a blush that isn't full on really, really heavily pigmented straight away. I like to be able to build my blusher up. I'm actually wondering, should I maybe do a full face of Benefit next actually? Although, like Urban Decay, does Benefit do absolutely everything from primer, foundation, to lip products? I don't know. Oh, I love this bronzer so much. This is the Urban Decay Beached Bronzer in the shade Bronzed. That must have took them so long to name this bronzer. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. As you can see, I haven't really used it that much. I don't know, I have so many bronzers in my collection that I'm trying to like dwindle down. But yeah, it's such a nice bronzer. It is a wee bit dark. That's like the true colour of it there, by the way. So obviously for my complexion it is a wee bit dark, so I like to go a wee bit lighter handed with it. The formula of it is so good. It blends out beautifully. It's a beautiful colour. Okay, so then next up for lips, I have got this Vice Lip Chemistry Lasting Glassy Tint in the shade Saucy. Love that. That is the packaging of the lip products. I actually thought this was going to be a liquid lipstick, but maybe me. I don't actually properly read the products. So this is like a lip tint, like a lip gloss. Ooh. Oh, surprise me, why don't you? Oh, that's very nice actually. Wow. Very lightweight. It feels very wet, very like cooling on the lips. Gosh, that feels weird. But it feels very nice actually. Oh, I'm actually glad that it's not a liquid lipstick, because let's just be honest, the last thing I need is another liquid lipstick. I really like that actually. So guys, this actually is the end of this tutorial, is it? I actually don't think I need to give my face another wee spritz of set spray, because I'm happy enough with how everything looks and I'm happy enough with all the products and how they performed. Actually, the only product I would maybe not like definitely the face primer. I will 100% try this again. I might actually try this tomorrow to see how I feel, because I sometimes find that like whenever I try a product online, whenever I try a product on camera for the first time and I don't necessarily like it, but then I try it on my own in my own time and I end up liking it for some reason. I don't know what it is, but that happens to me constantly, whether it being a face product or like a base product. I kind of find that you can at least work with them, you know what I mean? But I definitely will try it again. But one thing I didn't like about it from my first impressions was I didn't like how thick of a consistency it was. It didn't necessarily feel hydrating at all actually. It didn't leave like a glowy look or a dewy look to the skin. I just want to mention it with the powder. The powder looked, I'm just gonna say it because I know you guys are probably thinking it looked ridiculous. That is my own fault, that is my own doing. I would say if it was a slightly darker colour, it would have been perfection.